All right, so let's talk about what we came here to talk. I mean, these scrubs. Can you even concentrate on what we talk about with these scrubs? All right, so let's talk about the scrubs. So before we even get to the scrubs, when I think nursing and fashion, I don't think of too many things, too many options. I did have an interview with Merce Ernie, who was a male nurse, and he's super into fashion, but his fashion was outside of nursing. Like he'd wear regular scrubs, and then his fashion
would
was
be
outside.
very fashionable outside of
exactly.
work.
So with you, right, you're bringing your love of fashion into nursing, which good for you. I mean, just good for you, right?
You just narrowed that down for me. Okay.
But how did it begin? Have you always been a fashionista? Did you grow up with the nicest clothing? Did you have to sew your own? How
Never
did that?
sew. Okay. I was raised in a family of 12 children.
Wow.
So I am one of the oldest, and I love clothes. Like I am the one whose clothes you never wanted to borrow. I am the one who just didn't want to share my clothes because I love them that much. It's like my clothes were tailored for me. They had me all over. It was just my thing.
Okay.
I remember growing up, I wanted to be a fashion designer. Oh my God, I wanted to be everything in the world.
Of course.
So I wanted to design clothes, and I remember when I was 9, I had a book where I would kind of like sketch images of like clothes I think people would wear, and I had all these ideas, and I really did think I was going to be a fashion designer, and I was obsessed with that. Then going into my teenage life, I still loved clothes. I always wanted to be the best dressed. I always picked the best clothes. I would take my time, look presentable, and all those things. And yes, so the passion for clothes
it was always with you.
Always with me, right from the very beginning. But then I went into nursing school.
Yes.
And honestly, over 50% of my clothes is scrubs.
Oh, hey. Scrubs all day. I mean,
scrubs all day, everywhere.
Scrubs.
I'm in the mall in scrubs. I mean, like everywhere I go, I'm wearing scrubs. And I told you I moved 10 years ago. Yeah. And the one thing I really liked about the units, because I've worked at Tufts Medical Center for a while. I loved working there. And nurses would wear what they want to work. Like they would bring a little bit of themselves to work, and that was very important for me. Like you would see people wearing Patriots
gear,
to work, and you would see like cartoons, like what do they call it, SpongeBob, and all those things. Like they're very interesting. And I was like, you know what, I come from a background where we tailor very beautiful material. Like the material is like very, very beautiful, and this is just a little bit of what's out there. And I said to myself, you know what, I could totally make this professional, and nurses would wear it to work. Nurses that think it's beautiful would wear it to work. And it's not really a fashion statement. It's just more of introducing self into the workplace and kind of like belonging. Like when I wear this to work and I get all the questions, I am able to talk about my origin. I'm able to talk about all these things, and I love that it's a conversation point. So that's pretty much
how it came to be. All right. So that's great. I love that, because for me, so you guys see me doing these videos all day every day, and that's exactly the same story, except for if you flipped the fashion for being in front of the camera. I love talking people's ear off. So instead of bothering all of my friends and family, I decided to speak to the world. And because I'm a nurse, which is another passion that I have, I just put those two things together, and I it's my favorite thing when I see other nurses do that. Right? It's my favorite
kind of like
thing.
Bringing self into practice.
Exactly.
See, I love nursing. I know I say this all the time, and people that know this, I'm tired of hearing that, because you can be anything. You could go to school to be just a nurse, but there's so many different ways you could go with nursing. Yes. And there's so many different things you could bring into nursing, because we're working with people. It's kind of like customer care, but a little bit on the healthcare side.
Yes, exactly.
So you can bring just about anything into practice, as long as you remain professional, as long as you still relate to people. You can just bring who you are. And like I said, you're doing great work.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.